Hey folks, welcome to or welcome back. Have I covered up the whole top line? Oh, hang on. What's occurring? I made myself a bit bigger. Well, use the corner, my son said, but then... Oh, it's annoying, isn't it? Look at that. Might make it a bit bigger. No. There, that'll do. What was I saying? I made it bigger when I did my last video because I was talking. I wasn't showing anything. Lisa and her Peepers sponsorship. Anywho, this... Oh, damn it. I looked and now I can't remember. Hang on. Honestly, I swear if I had a brain, I'd be lethal. This video is from... Can we see? Thank you. 21st of February. So it's in between all the losing a job, getting pom-pom's teeth done, all in that time. I'm trying to do them in order. But I'm doing them as, like, working from the bottom of the BitChute list up. Do you know, it's like someone's just taken my batteries out and my brain's like, yeah, done for today. Right, shall we jump in?
I am live, lying in my bed, but you have to hear this, okay? This is gonna be another short video, okay? So, okay. Let's wait till some people get on. Did I make it public? Yes, I did. Okay, sorry. Okay, so.
She's all over the place here, isn't she? What? Drinking, smoking, what are you doing?
Do you guys remember Dara from Belle de Jour NYC? I still follow her on Instagram. She is a friend of mine. We've spoken many, many times. We have not yet met, but when she comes to this side of the country...
Yeah, you're friends with Dara, of course you are. And, when did you meet? Don't ever remember that happening.
We are definitely going to meet. I'm in touch with her on a pretty regular basis, either through Instagram or sometimes on the phone or through text and etc. Okay, she and her best friend have a podcast called Pretty Electric. And I'm very behind on how podcasts work. I would actually love to have my own podcast. So if anyone knows how to do it, can you let me know? Anyways.
How about you Google, how do you do a podcast? Put some effort in. Figure it out. Oh, if someone else can set it up and organise it for me and everything, and then I'll just reap the rewards.
So she and a friend have this, they're like entrepreneurs. They help women. They're just women helping women. They're very successful in helping women that have been out of the workforce get back into the workforce.
Oh, is that why you're listening to them? Are they going to get you a job?
And mentor them and...
Yeah, I'm friends with Dara. No, I bet you're not. And I bet you've irritated the ever-loving shit out of her now. Oh, I was listening to your podcast and you're amazing. And I'm out of work at the moment. I could really... And you...
Just, I don't even know. Just so much, okay? But anyways, they have a podcast, Pretty Electric. It's on iTunes. I'm not on iTunes listening to it. I'm on...
All I hear, she said it twice now, and all I hear is Oasis. She's electric. She's got a family full of eccentrics. That's her, isn't it?
Apple Play or something. I don't even know. Honestly, I'm so out of it.
Yeah.
But this podcast is entitled Shade, Haters, and Tales from the Entrepreneur something. I'm going to show it to you. Okay. I just have
See, that I hate that. That used to be a thing back in the day, and it seems to have never progressed. I'll show you. Just it comes into focus, it's gone. You have to be bionic to catch what it is they're showing you.
happened to listen to this, and this is...
Hey guys, welcome back. Today we are talking shade and the real scoop of entrepreneurship and beyond, aka Tales from the Entrepreneurial Crypt. And we have a very special guest today, one of our business besties, Kara from the Champagne Diet. Hi ladies. And Style Your Mind.
Okay, the Champagne Diet.
And Style Your Mind podcast, of course. So let's get right.
Hold on.
And did you have another point to that?
No.
Digs here and there. And I know that comes along with the territory, but I think something important to talk about, a lot of our listeners want to be bloggers, they want to be online influencers. I get a lot of questions about that, and also entrepreneurs, which we'll get into that part later. But what's something you can say about that? What advice would you give to someone? And maybe you can tell a little bit of your own story with that.
So you guys know that I started off as a blogger 10 years ago, almost 11 years ago. I have written 8 books. I'm a coach. I have a pretty large following on Instagram. And when I first started, there weren't really that many people reading my work and listening to me and, in my world. So
Look how bored she is. That face. Ugh. It's like listening to the sermon at Mass, isn't it? It's like, oh, please, can you get to the point? Can we go home now? Can we do the shaky hand thing and just go? But, yeah, it's like somebody talking about themselves instead of her talking about herself. And she's like, she wants to play the thing so that you get to hear what it is she wants to talk about, but she can't be asked waiting for you to listen to the other people talking.
I really didn't get that much hate at that point. You get a couple, random comments here or there, a couple crazies in the mix. But I never really experienced it much. And even as I grew my business and my platform was really specifically about women empowering women, specifically in business with my book Girl Code, I really didn't experience it that much. But I've been getting more shade now that I'm being really vulnerable about my wellness journey and my recent weight loss than I've ever gotten before. And it's so interesting to me that women can be so nasty when it comes to our appearances. And the only thing that I really think that makes sense about it is that people are insecure and they have their own issues that they're still working through. And the people who, the saying hurt people, the ones who haven't really dealt with that and haven't really done the work on themselves are the ones that can openly dig and say nasty things to other people. So,
are you listening, Lardass? That's you. Oh, she thinks she's so above everything, doesn't she? And that everyone that has a go at her is insecure.
I haven't experienced it that much. I know people get it much more. I know, on YouTube, that community is really scary.
Yikes. I've been there. It's insane. There are whole forums dedicated to, YouTube bloggers. And I remember when I first learned about it, someone sent it to me. Like, oh, do you know you're on this forum? And it was a friend that had sent it to me. And I looked at it, I was like, oh my God, this is the most frightening thing I've ever read. First of all,
They're talking about the Gossip Bakery.
They're not talking about the Gossip Bakery because she said years ago, didn't she? Or something? I don't think there's a thread about Dara on the bakery. And can I just say, right, Dara said, oh, it was the most terrible thing I'd ever seen. Has nobody ever said to these people, you're fat, you're ugly, you're stupid, I don't like your hair, you're boring, you're this, you're that, you're the other, that it's such a fucking shock to them that people say these things that they curl up into a ball and hide in a corner. Grow a fucking backbone and ignore it or answer them back. I was just looking, there was a tweet that came up earlier which was dead cool for these coasters that says, put it on a fucking coaster. And someone said their mother is Hyacinth Bouquet, so they bought them for her. But I went to look on the site and they had a key keychain, key thing. What the frig do you call them now? Whatever. The thing that you put your keys on. And it said, once upon a time, I used to give a fuck. Now I don't. The end. And that's me. It's like, really? Ducks back, water. Learn to ignore it. Why can people not hear somebody in the ether going, I think you smell. Oh, great. Okay. Ugh. I'm so hurt. It was like a knife to the heart. Grow fucking a pair, really. And now she's going to start. I get picked on.
And people like Joan.
Oh, here we go.
And Gal Charlotte and all the other little catty little unworked on self-absorbed, unable to, oh my God.
Self-absorbed. I'm sorry. Who is so self-absorbed? I'm going to make perfume. I'm going to call it Smell Like Laurie Beth.
Those women, work on yourself. Work on yourself.
I know you're on this forum, and it was a friend that had sent it to me, and I looked at it, I was like, oh my God, this is the most frightening thing I've ever read. First of all, half the stuff that was written was not true.
Okay, that's another thing I just have to say. They just make shit up. They make shit up. These women never matured.
You've just listened to that podcast and now you're spewing it out word for word, and you think that you've got an alliance because you don't think you've ever done anything wrong. And if anybody that hasn't been wants to go and read some of the earlier threads on Lardy, on the bakery, you will find that the truth is there. It's all true. She keeps saying they lie, they make shit up, so that when her minions go, they're like, oh wow, I can't believe they're saying you wish somebody dead. Oh wow, I can't believe that they said you wish somebody was lying on the floor with a police officer's knee on their neck. Oh, wow, they're even saying that you said you wish somebody's face was ripped off by pit bull dogs. What a horrible thing to make up. No, it's all fucking true.
They are stunted in their womanhood. Stunted. Joan, Charlotte, you're stunted. Get help.
And I don't know how these huge influencers deal with it. I mean, maybe they don't. Maybe they just actually don't look at any of it. They don't even check their own social media.
Right. I don't ever go on there.
No.
I do hear, I know what's going on. I do hear through the grapevine. Someone manages to tell me something. No one's told me in a long time.
Who are you, Marvin Gaye? No, you go on there fucking daily and you read it all, and I wouldn't be at all surprised if you contributed to a lot of it as well.
Assuming they're over there because Joan did come on to my channel and said I'm only here. So I know that they're talking about me, and because they're so simplistic in their little brains. They're the epitome of a stupid woman, you know. It's so sad, but they're the epitome of what you think of as an unevolved, unworldly. I'm using wrong words now. I don't give a shit. Unworldly, close-minded, small-town thought. They are the epitome of that. They fit it to a Q. That's why they can look at someone.
It's to a T, dear, not a Q.
Like Lisa D1, who goes outside the box and might wear something that's a little too revealing or too low cut, or has long hair when she's over 35. And these women the ones who are afraid, the ones who, and it's not terrible to wear moderate sportswear, but you know what I'm saying. The ones that shop in that department who would never, ever get a tattoo or think it's ugly, like have not progressed with the times, like think that this might be hindering me getting a job. You know, all these.
I thought we were talking about Lisa. Oh, no. Back to you. Always about you. Why is having a tattoo a badge of honour? I have 3, by the way, but why is that a badge of honour? Why is having a YouTube channel an achievement? Why is daring to bleach your hair and have a pixie a badge of honour? Why do narcs think they're perfect? Why?
Judgments, old-fashioned thinking, like 80-year-old thinking, and even there are 80-year-olds that are more progressive than these women, okay? They have not matured. They are still teenagers. I did that.
Sorry? We're not matured and you are. So you giggle like a girl. You don't know how to balance the books. You still want mummy to look after you. Really? Whatever.
Shit when I was a teenager. I made up stuff, okay? Okay, I got all excited. Listen.
Block it completely out, because that's the only way you could even like function as a human. Because I think it's natural for anyone to get really hurt by
I'm not hurt.
constant digs or
they don't hurt me.
Comments about your appearance or weight or this or that.
No.
I think it's funny that people really do, like you said, zero in. I feel like zero in on what they know that maybe you're most vulnerable about. Do you think that's true? Yeah.
Sit there and shake your head all you want. They say I have a Karl Malden nose. No one said anything about my nose until I went on YouTube. They make fun of my eyebrows. They do this, they do that. You're not bothered though, are you?
And I think what I've also noticed outside of the weight stuff, I have seen like a couple of comments come through, and I've actually gotten emails about this. Whenever I would, talk about my lifestyle and the way that I like to live, I like nice things. We all can agree on that. I like to drink expensive champagne. I work really hard for everything that I have. And from the outside, a lot of people just see a girl who goes to SoulCycle or has a...
Okay, these are high-powered, younger than me, so they're young, professional, married, successful, New York City, high-end women. These 3 women, I call them girls because they're younger than me, they're still baby-making, they're still in the baby-making years. They have more on you old hags that are still watching me, by the way, again, than you will ever have. They have...
And your point is, congratulations to them. You're not them, though, are you? Successful, married, intelligent. You don't tick any of those boxes, so what are you trying to say? You're trying to put yourself in the same box as them? Really?
Beautiful things, first of all. They live in gorgeous New York City apartments overlooking all of Manhattan. They have huge fucking diamond rings. They have way more than I ever will have. They got it not by marrying, not by being taken care of. 8 books. She wrote 8 books. Joan, other than your little crafty things, have you ever written a book?
Have you?
Did you write a book?
Did you?
You done anything worthwhile in your life?
Have you? What the fuck? fuck? I can't with you, Lardy. You sit there with a straight face, sleeping in the sitting room of a one-bedroom apartment that you can't afford because you've lost a job that you couldn't keep.
Have you? Gal Charlotte, who lives in Little Florida and works in a church and drinks her wine on camera and can't get any subscribers unless they use my name, and I'm nobody. I am small potatoes here. You are smaller. Have you done anything?
But what have you done? I don't understand your point. I really don't get your point. Because they haven't achieved anything, they can't say anything to you, but you haven't achieved anything. So, and I think Jones achieved a bit more than you. As far as I know, they own their home. They own their cars. She's got a real Louis Vuitton handbag.
Worthwhile? Like, I'm just calling people out now. And I'm just specifically mentioning Joan because I know she's watching, and
Did she say specifically?
I know her catty little friends are watching, and I know that this is driving her crazy. So I'm doing it on purpose. I'm doing it on purpose. Someone got mad at me. They said something about pushing buttons. Hell yes, I'm going to push people's buttons that I don't know that have come after me. Okay, let's listen to some more.
Goes to SoulCycle or has a trainer or lives in New York, and they make judgment when they don't know me. They pass judgments on me. Like, I've seen book reviews on Amazon. I actually stopped reading my reviews because I just don't, like, my attitude is what you think of me is none of my business. And that's really the truth. I don't read my podcast reviews because every time that I do, it's like opening up a can of worms, and you see something and then you start, if you're not...
This is what she does, you see. You see her there. You see all the cogs are turning. She's listening to everything they're saying, and she's eating it all up, and then she'll regurgitate it at a later point. She's doing it now, but she'll save it again. And she'll be saying, oh, you're unevolved, you're this, whatever, in another video somewhere down the line. Because she thinks she's on the same level as them. How many times have I said, what other people think about you is none of your business? And she's like, yeah. But what other people think about her drives her insane, pushes her buttons. Oh, it doesn't bother me. No, of course it doesn't.
And start to wonder, is that true? But I think that even goes for people that are strong.
How about you shut your gob and let us listen to the podcast if that's what you want us to do, instead of talking over it?
I don't think that says that you're not mentally strong. I think that is natural for any human being. I don't think anyone wants to read nasty things about themselves.
That's true. You don't want to read nasty things. I don't want to read nasty things. Yeah, I wish I wasn't on there. I wish they didn't have... I wish they weren't... I wish everybody liked me. But for me, who is very strong, I know it seems that because I'm giving it so much weight by talking about it a lot, it does add value to it. It does. I know that. But I'm honestly telling you that I talk about it because I've kept it quiet for so long. Not in an effort to not have you go to that site, for them not to get the views. Now I don't care. Go over to the Gossip Bakery. That's what it's called. Somebody created a place for that. Someone created a cute little thing, Gossip Bakery. Whoever wants to be associated with that, go have a blast.
Do you know how most of the people found the Gossip Bakery? I've seen lots of people join and in the past, and lots of them say the same thing, that they were watching a video of somebody and they thought, I can't be the only person that thinks they're insane. So they Google the name and up pops the bakery, and there are people that agree with them. If you weren't such a weirdo, no one would be looking. They'd just watch your videos and carry on.
It's disgusting. I used to read on there. I'm not saying I didn't. I used to read on there. I never ever participated.
No.
But I used to read about people that I didn't like on YouTube. Like when I didn't like HRH. And when I was upset with Samantha Sherman because Jay stopped working. And I try to...
You got upset with Samantha Sherman because her husband stopped working? Really? What the fuck? And you have a go at us for having genuine reasons for not liking a person. What business is it of yours if her husband works or he doesn't? None of your beeswax.
Was I jealous? No, because I felt that they acted entitled in some way. Maybe they didn't. Jay, the husband, should not have stopped. I am making such a judgment. I'm like totally contradicting myself here.
Yep.
I have my reasons for the way that I thought.
And so do the people at the bakery. So it was all right for you when you felt it was okay because you had a reason to do it, but nobody else should be doing it.
I never wrote it on their channel. I did talk about it. I'm talking about it now. I'm over it though. Like at some point you evolve and you're like, I stopped watching them because they made me feel bad about their lives. I felt
jealous. Go on, say it. You felt jealous.
I felt like, I don't know. I can't explain. They've evolved a lot too. I think Samantha Sherman has evolved a lot. And their marriage has stood the test of time. Same with like Lorraine from The Current Custom. Everyone was like, I'll give that marriage 1 year. Why do that? Why even have that negative feeling about her marriage, which they've been married for over 5 years now, 3 kids. I don't know if they're happy or not, but they're still married. They proved you wrong. She never gave a shit. That's the thing. She never gave a shit. She did her own thing. And I think she has a great mothering style. It's not exactly my style, but I really think...
Not exactly my style. What is your style? Let them fend for themselves kind of style. Never feed them kind of style. Let them stay out till 12 o'clock at night and not know where they are kind of style.
I think she also has evolved, come into her own, like a woman. She was a kid, she was in her 20s. She said provocative things because she wanted to. So anyways, we should go back to this. So I just wanted to interrupt and say my commentary, which was, it doesn't bother me. I'm not hurt. People that I'm way, way, way too secure to be hurt. Okay? Being bothered and being hurt are two different things. I don't cry over it. I don't want to be friends with any of those women. I don't want any of those women in my life.
None of those women want to be anywhere near your life. Take it from one who knows.
Are in my life because they sneak through like little snakes every once in a while, and they've called my work. I wish I could just take you guys when I get another job. I wish I could take you into work with me, but I can't.
Why? Why do you want to take people into work with you? You go to work. Not to show off Sensi, not to show off that you're a big girl and you've got yourself a desk and an office somewhere, and not to show off your fucking fluffy pencil case.
can't even, if I get a job at Sephora or Ulta or Nordstrom, I can no longer tell you. I can't tell you where I'm working. I'm going to have to keep it a secret. And I don't want to. I want to share that with you.
Because I'm a child and I want to say, look at me. I did something really cool. I got a really good job. Grow the fuck up. Who's unevolved? Do you know, I shouldn't be recording videos today. I'm not in the best of moods, can you tell? I can't be doing with all the fuckery.
Be like, oh, I got a job at Sephora and I want to celebrate. You know, like all of us celebrate the same way when you write to me and say, I just got a job. I would be happy for you. But I can't do it.
You don't have to tell anyone where you work. Just say I got a job and celebrate the fact that you got a job. You don't have to tell us where. That's your problem. You want to brag. You want to show off because you're finally adulting when you get a job. But then it all fizzles out a few weeks later.
So they are somewhat in my life. Is that a spider? They are somewhat in my life because I'm public. I am, and I say things publicly. And so, nobody's blocked, but people are hidden from my channel so they can write and think that they're...
That's the same as blocked, you fuckwit. Nobody's blocked. Hide user from channel is the new blocked. It's the same thing. It just stops you getting hate because they think they're still commenting.
Writing me and it shows that they've written me, but I don't ever see it. And none of you guys have to see it. But until they show themselves, which they always do, I'm going to call it going fishing. Like I need to write a book, going fishing.
I need to write a book. I need to have a podcast. I need to do this. You need to grow up and stop living in your head and get a job and keep it is what you need to do.
Rest in peace, Joan Rivers. Don't pee on my leg and say it's raining. Going fishing for trolls because they always take the...
What was that? I'm sorry. I missed the reference. What is that with Joan Rivers? Is she comparing herself to Joan Rivers? What the hell?
Bait. They always take the hook because they have to. They have to.
No. What usually happens is someone goes into your chat, they chat to you for a while, you don't realise anything's amiss, and then they get bored, so they make you realise that they're in there to annoy you, and then all of a sudden you go, oh yeah, I can... Or you pounce on some innocent person and start calling them names because they've said something wrong.
They try not to. They try. Like if you think of an analogy, so the hook is there and there's a little bit of bread. And it's just hanging around. They nibble at it a little bit, and then eventually they get on that hook, and that's when they have to talk. They have to say something on my channel, and I'm able to hide them or block them or whatever I want to do. And sure enough, Joan, so typical, could have written it, so predictable, so simple.
Just like you.
Those women, that's what it is. They are simple. When I was in 7th grade, Karen McLean used to say, simple Lori. And I had no idea what it meant, and I told my mother.
Do you realise what you've just said? She called me simple Lori, and I didn't know what it meant. Doesn't that sort of... What's the word I'm groping for now? Confirm what she was saying.
And I said, she calls me simple Lori. I thought nothing of it. I was very naive, very
simple.
Late in, like someone told me that they were gay and I had no idea what that meant. This is 7th and 8th grade.
How old are you in 7th and 8th grade? Year 7 here, I think, is 12 to 13. So 12, 13, 14, she didn't know what simple meant or gay. Okay.
I saw someone tried to sell me a joint, and I didn't know what it was. I thought it was a cigarette. Like, I was smart, but I was very...
Were you?
Naive about a lot of things. So she'd call me that, and my mother would just be so upset and say, she shouldn't, don't let her say that to you. And I'd be like, why? I mean, I didn't take it as anything. Well, that was the ultimate. And she was a Metco kid, so I'm just painting a little bit of a picture. She didn't live where I lived. She lived in a not nice part of town. And
she sounds like she had her wits about her, and she was probably a much nicer person than you. What's a Metco kid when it's at home? See, you can't say anything without insulting people. I was better than her because I lived in Brookline, and I went to this, and I did that, and I did the other. But you're still 56, sleeping in the sitting room, in an apartment you can't afford, because you can't hold down a job.
And she became something, actually, and she and I kept in touch, and we stayed in touch, but she bullied me. She once, hit me in the ears, and I got a slight concussion. She was from the hood, and I can't imagine that whole Metco program. I don't know if it still exists. It must have been very hard for them, because I lived in a very, very white. This was back in the day.
So was she black then, the girl that gave you a slight concussion? Didn't try hard enough, Karen. Was that her name?
Jewish neighborhood. And these black kids were bussed in from Roxbury. A handful. And they, to give them a superior education instead of going to the Boston school system.
Right. And those kids that were bussed in, I can almost certainly... I can't almost certainly say, but I would have thought that they would have done an exam to see who would go to the better school, who could cope with the better school. And she was a lot more intelligent than you, obviously. You didn't know what simple meant, really.
And I know that when I went to Brookline High, I used to have to take the bus, because I lived in South Brookline. Okay? The creme de la creme of Brookline.
Here we go. Are you? Well, you're not there now, are you? And what did you make of yourself? You had the best place. You grew up in the best place. You had a big house. You lived in a nice area. You went to the best schools, and you're still as thick as shit.
As far as houses and stuff like that. Although, anyways, doesn't matter. And all the people called it the Jew canoe. And they would throw pennies at us. The Irish Catholic kids, who were the ones that I always wanted to go out with, of course. I think the only guy I ever dated that was Jewish was my first husband. Otherwise, I liked the kids from the regular part of Brookline. Anyways, what's my story? Oh, so she called me Simple Lori, not because I was simple, but because there was something about me that she was jealous about.
Yeah.
And I don't blame her. But anyways,
really?
I'm calling you Joan. Joan, you watching, Joan? You're simple. You're a simpleton. All those women over there are simple. And that's the ultimate of insult.
So why wasn't it the ultimate insult when they called you that? God.
You're simple, predictable. You're not multifaceted. You're round and smooth. And you don't know the world outside. Certainly not like I do. And there's many that don't know the world outside. But rather than looking and being...
I'm sorry, Miss Worldly. What do you know that other people don't know?
envious of the fact of...
Oh, and who doesn't know the world outside? Your BFF, Lisa. What does she know? Do you call her simple too?
anything about me or anything about these women. Like, I look at these women, a secure person looks at those women and is proud and is happy for them and strives to be that. You don't look and make a judgment of those 3 young women who have made something, who are something.
That's the point, though. Nobody's doing that. They're talking about you, not them.
Who are so faceted that they would cut you. Their facets, they're so complicated. They are so intricate. They are so worldly. They are so much more than you will ever be. Than you will ever be. This is to all of those that are taping this now, and then you're going to put it on some other platform so that I don't get the views. But then it's you're like a teeny little percent. I am, and I'm just letting loose on it because I want all the people that watch me to know what goes on. I'm not giving them weight as in it's bothering me. It's like, it's not bothering them. They did a podcast about it. I just have nobody to talk to about it, so I'm talking to you. Let's listen a little bit more.
It's funny. Yesterday I just saw an interview that Bradley Cooper was doing with Oprah, and he was talking about the movie with him and Lady Gaga. And oh my God, what was it called? Sorry,
Your favorite movie ever.
Brain fart. Star is Born. Anyway, so she said to him, are you nervous about, you're up for an Oscar. It's up for Best Movie, but you directed it, but you're not up for Best Director. What is that? How do you feel about that? And he said, he goes, I've never really been scared my whole life. I didn't do this for an Oscar. I did it because I love the art, but it was my first foray into doing this. He said, but when I was going to, I think he was in maybe Cannes, or he was somewhere, maybe Venice Film Festival.
Cannes, not Cannes.
Whatever. He said he had never felt so sick and nervous in his whole entire life that people would like him or be part of, be part of his journey. And he thought to himself, he had to self-talk to himself, this is about don't listen to what they say. Whatever they say doesn't matter. Just keep going. He goes, I was so scared that I would let bad reviews stop me from keep going. He goes, and I had to really talk myself into it. He goes, I was in a bad place about it. So if Bradley Cooper is messed up in the game about it, just know that every single person is. And it doesn't matter if you're a blogger or an influencer. I think it's anybody who has an online presence. Or you can get hate in your workplace, maybe you're on your weight loss journey and you're bringing in, healthy meals every day and you're getting Snickers, or it could be whatever. It could be weight, it could be anything, but it's so interesting to me that people would waste their time talking about somebody else trying to be positive and trying to do cool things, So that's one thing I know that the 3 of us really do all the time is we don't really talk shit about anybody. We don't talk negative. If I see anyone trying to make a positive change or do something to better themselves, I'm like, go them. That's the way to be.
So I know I come off sounding negative, and I don't mean to, because I am in life in general, I'm a positive person. I've had a really rough time since I came to California. I will admit that. But I will persevere, and I show you my whole journey, and I will cry, and I will be upset because wrongs were done to me, things were done to me. My life is not where I want it to be.
Wrongs were done to you that you can't let go of. What wrongs were done to you? Your mum decided to go home. But not only did she decide to go home, she had to run in the middle of the night. Why is that, Lardy? That's something that we've never got to the bottom of, isn't it? It's always somebody else's fault, never yours, is it?
And I'm trying. I really
Yes, you are, very.
am trying to make my way. I'm trying to find my way. I'm
So you've listened to them saying, you know, we're going to hurrah for someone who's trying to do something. You're 56 here. You shouldn't be trying to make your way at 56. You should be looking for the exit to retirement land. Not just starting.
inventing myself again. So in the same light that these women are talking about that whole site is how I feel. Like I'm just educating you guys that don't know. I'm just talking to you about it. Mostly because I'm still, whenever I start talking, and Lisa does this too. You start to, as a YouTuber, you start to, I don't know what's the word, foreshadow, foresee, anticipate what some of the comments are going to be or what you're going to hear. So I've seen, and I keep bringing up Lisa just because I know, because she does it a lot and I've noticed it. So she'll say something like, I can't even think of an example. I'm going to make up something. So, okay, something like, so I have these extensions in my hair. And then you see her stop and say, I know, I said I wouldn't get extensions again, but this time, okay, so there, she just anticipated that she is going to get a comment saying, I thought you were never going to wear extensions. This is what this one.
Right, so rather than have to answer the comment of somebody saying, I thought you said you weren't going to get extensions again, she's doing it there. I know I said I wouldn't do, but these are different because. What's wrong with that? It's because you cannot cope with a question from anybody about anything, ever.
One person remembers. These people.
I'm sorry, they've got a pair of Skechers trainers on at the moment and they're pink and they're gorgeous. How cute are they? So hard seeing things. It's like, yeah, I never go out. I don't need trainers. I don't need clothes.
Still are saying to me, you said you wanted to kill your mother. They still bring that up.
Right, so Burke said, Laurie says, Burke said, I wish there was a way we could kill her. That's how he didn't mean it, he was just venting. Now all of a sudden, it's, you said you wanted to kill her. So, like I said at the time, anything you say about other people is what you did, and you've just confirmed it now. Because you would have followed that sentence up with, I didn't even say it, it was Burke. But you didn't.
So anyways, this is why I'll be doing a video. It will have nothing to do with haters. It'll be about wearing lipstick on my eyelids. And all of a sudden, I will literally hear, oh my God, her goiter. or I'll anticipate something. I'll say something because I don't say the perfect thing. I sometimes have a hard time expressing myself. I'll say something like, I'm the nicest person. And then I can hear them go, oh, she's really nice, but look at what she did to this one, and look at what she did to that one. Like, and so then I start thinking, and that's why I then say to you something as I'm talking to you. Like, oh, I can hear it now. Okay, I go back to that Eminem battle all the time. I'm trying to, it's like not self-deprecating, because I don't do that a lot. HRH does that. That's her shtick. I don't know if she really feels that way about herself. I really don't say, oh my God, I'm so ugly. I'm so, what, I look like an egg. I look like this. Like, oh my God, look at my nose. My nose is Carl Malden. Look at my nostrils. Like, disgusting. What are you talking? Get out of here. Okay, Lori, just stop it. Stop it, Lori. I don't do that, right? But I do try and say everything about myself that I know that they're saying, so that they have nothing to say. It is in my head. That's the only way they've gotten to me, and I laugh about it. Sorry, my necklace is always tangled. Oh, because it gets hooked around the L. It's raining! What the fuck?
What is she on? And can you imagine having to live with her and listen to that voice 24/7?
Fuck! It's just raining all the time in Southern California. There's no place to go. There's no place. There's no safe place. Oh my God. I really do love doing these lives. I've created a monster. You guys have created a monster. I love doing these lives.
Isn't that the truth?
Because I can see you all giving thumbs up. 116 people watching, 30 minutes in, I'm talking, nobody's interrupting me. I'm just on a roll. I can just talk and talk and talk and put on lipstick and lie in my bed and decide what I want to eat for vegan meat cheese dinner. Okay, this lipstick, I know you're going to ask. You have to be able to rock it, girls. You have to. When I went to Nordstrom yesterday to return the very, very well-used Tom Ford lipstick and the Charlotte Tilbury highlighter and the MAC cream cup, which I love, but Shelly sent me the Babe Town, and it's kind of similar, so I was like, I could use the $18. I got friendly with the woman, okay? Okay, the woman at Tom Ford.
I got friendly with. No, you had a conversation with the woman on the Tom Ford counter. There's a difference.
She actually gave me a sample of Tom Ford perfume. And I was wearing the gray lipstick. I had put it on in the car. I was wearing black eyeliner, so I put it on my lips, and I was wearing gray lipstick. I totally forgot. So I went over to the counter, and I was just looking at the Tom Ford stuff. I wasn't ready to return at this point. And so she said to me, that's a really cool lipstick, but she goes, you can carry it off. I can't. So I said, oh no, I got it as an eyeliner actually. And then I looked in the mirror and I said, oh my God, this looks so terrible on me. But I said to her, but you know how I said, you could wear it. No, first I said, you could wear it. You know what you have to do? You have to wear it like this. And she laughed like, you just have to own it. You just own it. Yeah, I have gray lips. What are you going to do about it? How you doing? So I go, oh my God, I'm off on all.
Is she drunk? Or she's not stoned because she's speeding, isn't it? She's taking painkillers or something. She's driving me mad. She's all over the bloody place.
These tangents. Anyway, so she and I got to be really friendly, and she returned everything for me. I said, I lost my job the day after I bought this. Like, when I say I lost my job, yeah, I quit.
Oh, so did you quit or did they sack you, which? If you lost your job, why would you say you lost your job if you quit? because you didn't want to say you quit because you'd get people annoyed at you for quitting. Every minute it's a different story.
I bought this lipstick. I said, so I really have no business buying a $60 lipstick, however much it was. It was a total impulse buy. She was like, oh my God, I hear you. You know, she like didn't give a shit. Okay, anyways, this color.
We got to be really friendly over a return. Your ideas on people and friends is totally skewed. And of course she wasn't going to act like she gave a shit. It's her job. She's doing her job. She takes returns. That's what they do. It doesn't mean that people don't get pissed off about all the waste.
This is the nudest of nudes. You have to have the right coloring for it. These are the people who can wear this. If you have very dark skin, you can wear this. It would be spectacular. If you have medium skin, tan skin, you can wear this color. If you are really white with brown hair, no, I don't think it's going to work. If you have black hair and have a darker complexion, beautiful. If you have black hair and a lighter complexion, you probably still could do it. It would be a look. So you'd have to do the black, I picture black long hair straight with heavy black eyeliner and mascara and liner and lashes.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like Avril Lavigne look. Then you can wear this. I also see this on someone that has deep red hair and white skin with green eyes.
That'd look atrocious. Can we just finish now, please, Mummy? I've had enough. I want to go and play my game. Or watch the snooker.
And then, of course, if you're blonde like me, and I'm still in the process, it's the lighting as well.
Yellow like you.
I'm still in the process of getting the color right, so, you know. With the toner. That's how I'm doing it. I don't know whether I like it with the gray eye or the brown eye or both. I have the coloring for it. I can pull it off with the blue eyes. But then again, I go back to... Oh, wait. Let me tell you what it is. It's Maybelline
That'd help.
910 Bare All. It's gonna... I think this is backwards. Anyways, I go back to... If you wear it, just rock it. It's a mindset. It really is. It's a mindset. Because nobody is really looking at your lips. Oh, except for the people on the Gossip Bakery. So, like I said, nobody is looking at you and critiquing this much. Unless you're on the cover of a magazine or someplace where you're trying to show an ad for a lipstick, then you'll be critiqued. But wear it if you like it. Just wear it.
See that word you just used there, laddie? Critiqued. Think about that next time you're jumping up and down about what's being said in the Gossip Bakery.
And rock it. Oh, it's a hater. Speak.
You ain't nothing.
Wouldn't that make you giggle? I'm sorry, I'd start laughing. If they can't hold their shit together at the other end of the phone to say anything apart from laugh, I'd start laughing too. The only thing I understood was Gossip Bakery. I don't know what the hell they said then.
Okay, I'm going to tell you who that sounded like. It sounded like my mother.
Oh, as if.
And Kevin was a guy. You could tell it was a guy. Very funny, very funny. I am popular enough to be on there. I'm on there. I just answered that for you guys.
No, thank you.
And that's very, very racist to be putting on a Chinese accent. My house smells so good. It smells like berries all over the place. I have winterberry apple tea mixed with strawberry champagne truffle and black raspberry vanilla. Oh my God, it just started. I am in heaven. I'm in absolute heaven. I'm so into the berries. And I'm not a big mixer. You guys should try mixing. Seriously, make your own concoctions. You can make your own atmosphere. Oh my God, it smells so good in my house. Okay, anyways, listen to that podcast. I hope you guys enjoyed. I didn't mean to be on this long. I just wanted you to hear the podcast. And then, of course, I have to do my commentary because I have a big mouth and I can't shut up. Okay, I'm signing off. I probably won't come back tonight, but who knows, because this is just too easy. Too much.
Whoo, fucking rah. Thought that'd never end. And if you got this far with me, thank you very much. And I'll see you in the next one.